Yo, what it do? What it do? It's your boy, TheRealJerel. It's been a minute since I've been on this YouTube thing, and I'm back doing another reaction video on OG Percy and the California Crips. Now, we all know that the California Crips has said some words due to the fact that HCG and HGC are the same gang in California, but then they said there's no such thing as Hoover Crip gang. And OG Percy said, "Hey, look, man, a guy from Louisiana came down here. He put a song. The guy was only 17 years old, and this is where we got our cripping from. So now we're gonna do a reaction to a video saying that he will go to Cali, OG Percy, and that he will sit down and talk to you guys about this. You all need to do what y'all need to do. Shake hands. Y'all all in the same gang. Y'all remember that song NC Hammer did a long time ago, and NWA and all them other ones on the West Coast, man. Y'all remember that? Y'all all in the same game. So let's get into this. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Let's go.
I just want to clarify something before you go.
Let's go.
Because you
We always
said you were willing to have a sit down with the Cali Crips.
I'm willing to get my chucks laced up the right way.
You're willing to get your chucks laced up the right way.
You know what? Which I found out. It's never too learn. It's never too. You know, what's the old saying?
It's never
too late to learn something new.
And you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Correct.
Well, hell, I've been learning new tricks all week. Out for LA niggas, just about certain conversations. And shout out to the LA niggas that respected the message. And shout out to the ones that respected the mess. Because when you hear a mess, you're supposed to speak on it.
I think the most powerful thing that I've gathered as the journalist covering this whole ordeal for the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years since I've been in Murder Wharf, is that both sides are very passionate because both sides have lost homies, have gotten into it over these terminologies and these politics, right?
Yes,
you got city politics, you got nationwide politics, and then you have the script. And one thing I know about Fort Worth, because I had the privilege to go down Hooverland myself, is that they bang hard.
So let's talk about the politics, right? So we got these gang politicians and politics. I think every establishment needs rules. I think every establishment has rules. You take the United States government for a minute. You know, everything that they do, you know, falls in line with some kind of guidelines. You know, whether it's waking up early, getting to a drill on time, or, you know, just completing assignments on time. I mean, everything has a rule and regulation. You know, it's just the people that want to control it all. That's the problem. Let's go.
For the Fadu's Hoover card.
Here we go with the politics.
But there is a grievance right now amongst LA and other Hoovers. And I feel like the way it's being said, maybe it's being perceived wrong on both sides, right? It's like aggression meaning aggression. But I think when I'm just gonna speak on Gumby for a second, because when he was talking about the sit down, he was preaching that like everything that was said didn't get put out. I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do a lot of editing, a lot of revising to make sure that there was more message than mess. Right? And I think his goal was that the message of, okay, this is how we do it out here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. These are clearing up misconceptions. Now, you know, the way they, you know what I'm saying? How it came out is how it came out. Okay. But I'm just talking about as far as the message, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there an opportunity for Fort Worth and Cali to have some sit down and potentially some chucks laced up? Because I also know that Fort Worth never had big homies.
Never. We was the big.
And you know what they should? I'm gonna say this. They should have a sit down. And I'm not saying that everybody's gonna do everything that everybody want them to do, but it's just a misunderstanding. Like I said, when you got guys that come from other cities and states, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, these guys are power hungry and they see things the way they want to see it and they do things the way they want to do it. And then 20, 30, 50 years later, you come to find out, oh, it don't go that way. But you've been doing it this way for a very long time. So you can't really blame them. What you could do is sit down and try to figure out, some kind of common ground, where you guys are not judging them, they're not judging you. You respect what they do, they respect what you do, and everybody can, just get along. But we all in the same game, guys. Like, come on, man. What's the beef? You know what I'm saying? What's really the beef, man? Is it jealousy? Are you guys jealous because they get along and you guys destroyed those relationships long time ago? Whether it was a woman or somebody owed you some money, or whether it was somebody that got killed, or whatever the case may be, you guys were once family. You tell the stories of, well, the OGs and some of the youngsters, the YNs, they tell the story all the time. Raymond Washington and Tukey Williams and who put who on, and where it all take place and what parks they used to get it cracking at. So for some people from another state to go to another state and start something and then just change it to fit that narrative, you guys, that's likely to happen. And then you guys don't go down there and check on it. So what you expect? You know what I'm saying? You guys hear these people claiming it, but y'all don't go down there and say, all right, let's see what's going on. It's the same way with the GDs, in Chicago. Once these other sets banging it, they got structure. So they're gonna have people in these different states to make sure that, everything runs smooth. But, of course, when you're a renegade gang with no structure, this is what usually happens. Let's continue with the content. I'm gonna shut up.
We was when I say renegade,
Rank was killed when he was about 17,
17. He
18.
was a
Yeah,
child.
17.
Niggas realize that's a kid.
So he came, he
Big
brought
homie,
it
that's a
down, and
kid.
then was killed.
He wasn't even considered an adult in the state of Texas
HIP
yet.
Rank.
Huh?
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Columbus Johnson, man. Columbus Jones,
What's going on every
man,
time?
that's the baby, man. R.I.P. to him, man. He was a baby.
Right.
17 years old is not a grown man.
In charge of babies.
In charge of babies, in charge of a, stop right here. I'm not gonna say in charge of babies. I'm in charge of a disease that he shouldn't have been carrying. And he threw the curse out here in the streets. Once a curse is put on you, it's gonna stick to you. I had the Crip curse put on me. Shit. They put the Crip curse on me. Yeah, I changed my way of dressing. What was a Crip curse? You'll know when you got it. Now, they'll know you when you see it. Oh, he got that curse on. How you know? Look at his face. What's that shit written on his face? God damn. He got hit with the curse. Next thing you know, nigga doing, oh yeah, he throwing them curse signs. He got the curse on him. I had the Crip curse on me for years. I didn't know how to shake it off. But I'm glad I got a chance too, because I can tell other people how to get to the Black redemption. Once you make it to the Black redemption, the hardest part of the book that I read, the Tookie Williams book, is the Black redemption. When I was in prison,
So that's another thing, right? My thing is this, right? This is my whole thing. And as far as what he's saying, you guys rep this, you guys studied this, you guys just, indoctrinated the whole movement. You understand what I'm saying? The whole movement. And it gets to the point where if you guys want to decide on how you should do things, then y'all need to come up with some kind of ranking, some kind of established set leaders or something. Y'all need to come up with something because he reading the book, getting the blueprint from the book. You guys in Cali, most of y'all are hands down, hands on. You know, well, most of y'all, a lot of y'all is. So and I can understand that. Being both feet on the ground. I get that. But you guys also need to find some kind of, it has to be some kind of common ground because what's going to end up happening, y'all going to end up hurting each other, man. It's already happening within Texas with these groups that's supposed to be the same. So then what's going to happen is the outsiders are going to start having their little influences. Because you got to remember, everybody's watching this, everybody's seeing this, and everybody's going to say, yeah, man, well, I agree with the HGC, or I agree with the HCGs, or I'm a criminal, Hoover criminal, or whatever. So you guys just need to get that together, man. If I were you guys in Cali, I would not judge these guys in Texas. I'm not saying you got to give them a pass, but give them a pass. Hey, look, y'all trying to tell them right, but come on, man, they've been doing this too long, man. They've been doing this since the late 80s, early 90s. It's 2025, and now you want to tell them how it go? Nah, man, just embrace them. Just day by day, step by step. Just show these guys the way, man. Just show these guys the way, cause you see, the man is reading the book. He want to know the way. It ain't like he don't want to know. He want to know, but he been doing it his way for so long. Shit, you can't come down here and tell these people, you know what I'm saying, what to do. Y'all not the federal government. Y'all just can't tell these folks, oh man, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but to pass judgment, nah, bruh, that ain't cool.
Right, reading Tookie Williams' book, that's what made me want to do this right here, y'all. This one of the hottest sellers in prison right now. You can get one. Had a dude call me today and say he wanted to buy. Can I sign his book? But guess what? Community resolution in progress, y'all. Please, please, y'all, don't forget the mission. Don't forget the mission. Tookie left us the blueprint. I don't want to give a lot of praise shout to Raymond Washington, but it was a difference. Raymond was killed, Tookie died.
Wow.
Raymond was killed, Tookie died. Raymond was killed for the Crippin', and Tookie died for the Crippin'. Put to death for the Crippin'. Please, y'all, don't let that go in vain by war amongst each other.
Okay, but we're not gonna be proud of that. That's something we're not gonna do. Even though, yes, we know these guys that went to jail, they doing 100 years, they done died for this gang banging. But what we're not gonna do is glorify that. Okay? Listen, guys, it all boils down to this, right? All jokes aside, it all boils down to this. You're gonna rep what you rep, how you rep, wherever you from, how you been taught. Some dudes was taught to add and subtract on their fingers. Some guys was taught to do it in their head. It's just all about who taught you what. You know what I'm saying? These guys are famous, for starting the Crips, for starting one of the largest gangs in California, or the largest gang in California. Well, the Mexicans deeper than y'all now. Not sure, but yeah, the founder. Tookie Williams is one of the co-founders. Raymond Washington, a founder, and yeah, I mean, so these guys, yes, they brought it, you know, but you guys have no structure. You don't follow anything. You don't hear the Gangster Disciples doing that. You don't hear them bickering about how they bang and who do what because there's structure. You guys have a problem with people taking the game from another state that they grew up in that they couldn't hang in. Y'all was calling them busters and buster weekend, buster week, beating them up. So they felt like when they went to another state, they was somebody because they said Cali. It's the same way with Chicago. You go somewhere, you say, I'm from Chicago. You know, oh yeah, you could probably finesse. You know what I'm saying? You could probably fool a couple people. You could probably get a gang started and got people believing, hey, this is the way it go. And then next thing you know, as time go by, now, you know what I'm saying, everything coming to the light. And niggas like, wait a minute, that ain't how that go. But shit, these niggas been doing it for 30, 40 years. So it's gonna be hard to get them to change that way. You're gonna have a war on your hands trying to get them to, because they're not gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So y'all might as well just accept that shit, man. You know, show them the right way, teach them how, you know, or show them how it's supposed to go, man. And y'all squash that shit. Because y'all all the same. Y'all just from different states, man. Y'all just rep it different. But y'all all rep it, man. Stick together, man. Because it ain't that many of us in this damn country anyway. We shouldn't be fighting over 3 simple words, man. You know, letters. We shouldn't be even, you know, I know it makes a big difference to you all. The C in front of the G and the G in front of the C. But it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? He right. And none of you guys are wrong either that's been speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Milk74. I always check him out, man. That's my guy in Compton, Rick Rock. Shout out to you. See you guys speak on it, but it ain't OG Percy getting high has nothing to do with, you know, it has nothing to do with, you know, you all being, well, not you all, it's just not the Hoovers, you know, being the same, you know, it's nothing to do with it. You know, I know a lot of dope fiends that, you know, say some real shit. So I mean, that don't even matter. You can't discredit a man because he smoked crack. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Not shitting on you, OG Percy. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Get at me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, you just can't shit on no. You just can't shit on no motherfucker, man. You just. I mean, he gonna say some shit that's gonna, you know how this internet go. People gonna say shit that's gonna stir up the pot. So, yeah, man. Anywho, man, let's finish this up, man. And I'm about to get up out of here. Hear what he got to say, man. Yeah, man. You know, and I just want to say this before I finish playing this. Um, you know, I've been away from the scene for a minute. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit been happening. A lot of things been, you know, going down. But I'm finna be back. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna do some more of this shit. You know, I'm finna talk about some shit, man. This is my first one. It's my first time being back in a minute. So I'm just taking my time with this one. You know, this been circulating since he didn't said fucking what's the man name? Tukey didn't brought Crippin from, you know, from Texas to Cali, you know, that, you know, everybody been talking about that. And we all know, even us from out of town, no, that's not true. We all know the story. You know, we didn't heard Melvin Farmer. We didn't heard so many people get on these platforms and they didn't spoke on where did it come from. So you guys need to quit that, man. Y'all are a bunch of grown men acting like kids over some, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all all out from out of town. Ain't like y'all in the same state. You know, y'all all from out of town. Everybody does everything differently. I know, you know, respectively, but to me, you guys are not like Chicago. Cali is not like Chicago. Cali, y'all too, you know, y'all too renegade. Y'all got big homies. Y'all don't have leaders and chiefs and enforcers and things like that. You know, people in ranking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just got big homies who y'all don't even listen to. So that's where y'all dropped the ball at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have formed some kind of structure, you know, have some people in charge, you know, that way when motherfuckers do go out of town, you know, who can't make it in the city, you know, and you hear about it somewhere else, like, oh, they 5 dudes Hoover down here. Oh, okay. You could send one of your ranking members to go say, hey, go check that out, report back to us, find out what's going on. And then once, bam, okay, this was going on down there. Okay, bam. Then you could put them down the right way. But because y'all so busy killing each other in Cali and hating on each other in Cali, no disrespect to Cali, no disrespect to you guys, but because of the violence and all the game banging and drug selling, the crack era, because y'all too busy paying attention to yourselves, y'all didn't even realize what was going on in the rest of the world. Yeah, y'all might have ran Buster John Doe off the set, but Buster John Doe went to Texas. He started his own gang. You know what I'm saying? You might ran Lil Ray Ray off the set, but Lil Ray Ray then moved to Louisiana, started his own gang. You might have ran Pookie off the set, but Pookie moved to Atlanta, started his own Crip set, started his own Blood set, started his own GD set, BD set, whatever. This is what happened when y'all do that. Ain't nobody back then taking no flight to Chicago, Cali, New York, anywhere to find out what this Crip thing, this gangster thing, this Blackstone thing, this blood thing. Man, when people weren't traveling back then, man, your word was your bond back then. That's all you had. Wasn't no internet. All you had was your word. That's all you had. Niggas had to believe that shit. Remember that. It wasn't no going. Now some niggas, check on some shit, but not everybody. You know, once you got rid of such and such, he was gone. Shit. It didn't matter what he did over in Arkansas. Didn't even matter. But look, it's in Arkansas too. So let's just finish this, man. Shout out to OG Percy. Let's go, man.
And let me add this last piece, you know what I mean, and I'm
Keep
I'm, and
going.
I'm closing, but because my whole purpose in even indulging in Hoover business, right? I shouldn't even be, yeah, I'm way out of bounds, right? But my whole purpose in even indulging in it was, for one, I got a lot of respect for the people who are at the table. For two, is ending the war, right? Because there is a war between the Hoover Crip gang and the Hoover
I don't really think it's a war.
Gangster Crips.
I don't know a nigga dead behind that yet. Stay right there. And please, y'all, we don't want nobody dead behind that yet. The war is the war of words right now.
The war word.
The words can lead to tragedies.
Right.
But please, y'all, we gonna see past that, okay? On Crip, can we see past that?
See?
You
Oh,
understand me? On the real Crip niggas, what I'm talking about. You don't gotta be a certain set. I said Crip nigga. When can we get back to the Crip politics?
you need him at this
I don't
time.
gang bang,
You need the
but I do
politics.
gang claim. I gotta claim what I've been. This is written all on me. But I don't gang bang. I'm after Blue Rage, y'all.
You know why you need the politics? Because, like I said before, you need somebody in ranking. You need somebody in ranking, man. Y'all need to. You know what? I don't promote this shit, and I'm not gonna promote this shit. Fuck this gang banging shit, right? But since you motherfuckers is doing it, I might as well just tell you how to do it right. Okay, for the next destructive generation, this is what your ass should do. Get some motherfuckers that's gonna be in position to take leadership, be able to move in different states and set up shop. If y'all gonna do this shit, y'all might as well just start with the next generation, the younger generation, because these old motherfuckers, they're gonna have their way. So at least these young motherfuckers kind of waking up. They kind of like ain't really abiding by that shit. But maybe if y'all do right by them, by these youngsters, maybe they will try to, maybe y'all can get them to, to do the shit right. You know what I'm saying? There's no real, let me just say this, there's no real right way to do wrong. But if you're going to do wrong, at least do it right. Let me just say that. If you're going to do wrong, at least do it right. Start over. Say, hey, all right, the shorties, we going, Get some motherfuckers gonna listen. That's the only way, y'all, because you old motherfuckers, y'all ain't gonna listen. Y'all ain't gonna change it. It's gonna be what it is, man. You know, I don't see the purpose of coming together anyway, because shit, ain't shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own way of doing things. Everybody grown. Now you got these little kids, they following these niggas, and they want to be like y'all, but they got their own way of doing things. So I'm in this shit, man, right here, man. A lot of this shit is just some bullshit. At the end of the day, man, a lot of black on black bullshit, man. Y'all need to cut that shit out. Find something else better to do. All this money out here to get and all this money to make. This life is too short to be talking about, oh man, your cripping is this, your cripping is that, and this is that, and that's that. Come on, man. Y'all need to grow up, man. These shorties ain't even doing that. These shorties ain't even doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, anyway, man, I'm back. I'm going to be doing some more of this shit. I'm about to turn up. Y'all about to see a lot more of me and a lot more of this. I'm about to talk my shit because there's a lot of niggas on here talking shit and bullshit and don't know shit. So I got some more shit I got to get off my chest too, man. So I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Peace.